Hey students, lesson 11.3 here. We're going to learn how to divide polynomials. Do a quick review here and you can check back with me. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is learn how to divide by a monomial. When you divide by a monomial, let's just rewrite this in as a rational expression. And then the common denominator is 5x squared basically when we're dividing this. So what we need to do is do 5x cubed divided by 5x squared minus 10x squared divided by 5x squared plus 20x divided by 5x squared. Now when we do that, the 5's cancel, and we get x to the 3 minus 2, which is 1. And then minus 10 divided by 5 is 2. And x squared divided by x squared is x to the 0, which basically those cancel. And then the last rational expression simplifies to 20 divided by 5 is 4 over, we have x to the first minus x to the second, which is 1 over, is x to the negative first, or 1 over x. So we end up with 4 over x for that fraction. All right, you try that. All right, one way we can divide is by doing long division. And just a quick reminder of long division. Let's say we want to divide 28 by 3. So what we would do is say 3 doesn't go into 2, so 3 goes into 28, 9 times, and then we would subtract. And if I wanted to not have a decimal answer, I would just take my remainder of 1 and put it over my divisor of 3, so 9 1/3. We're going to do the same thing here. All right, when we divide 2x squared minus 19x plus 24 by x minus 8. Let's set it up like long division here. And then 2x squared minus 19x plus 24. And then what I'm going to do is just think of what number multiplied by x equals 2x squared. And that would be 2x. And I'm going to put it right above my x term here. And then I'm going to multiply 2x times x minus 8, and I get 2x squared minus 16x. Okay, now I need to subtract that to see what I've left over. So we're going to subtract that. Get a little more room here. So I have negative 19 minus negative 16. And negative 19 minus negative 16 is negative 3x. Then I'm going to bring down what I've left, the 24. Now I'm going to look at my x here and think of what number times x is negative 3x. And that would be negative 3. So let's put that there. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x, and negative 3 times negative 8 is plus 24. And when I subtract that, I'm going to get 0. So there's no remainder. So my answer is 2x minus 3. All right, I'll let you try that. All right, when the dividend is in standard form and the term is missing, add the missing term with the coefficient of 0. So see how they rewrote this with the 0 there? So you can do long division. All right, I'm going to change this problem just a little bit so that it works out better. So what we're going to have here is actually a rectangular prism, and we're going to say the width and volume of a rectangular prism are shown below. What is an expression for the, and I'm going to give you this expression as x, and actually let's say this length is 3x, and the x minus 3 goes with this, and what we're trying to find is the height. And we're going to say the volume is equal to 3x cubed minus 27x. Okay, so basically what I want to do is the volume is equal to length times width times height. So, and I want to find the height. So the height is equal to the volume divided by the length times the width. And the length times the width would be 3x times x minus 3. And that's 3x squared minus 9x. And I need to divide the volume by that. So what I'm going to do is set up my long division now. 3x squared. I need a little more room here. So 3x squared minus 9x is my divisor. And I'm going to divide 3x cubed, the volume, and then it's minus 27x. I'm going to put a 0x squared in here, and then a minus 27x. You'll see why in a second. Okay, now I'm thinking what number times 3x squared equals 3x to the third, and that's x. And x times 3x squared is 3x to the third, and x times 9x is minus 9x squared. Now I'm going to subtract that, and I get 0 minus negative 9 is 9x squared minus 27x. Bring down that part there. So now I'm thinking what number times 3x squared is 9x squared, and that would be 3. And so I get 9x squared, and 3 times negative 9x is negative 27x. And that remainder is 0. So the missing dimension is x plus 3. All right, I'm going to let you try that. All right, sometimes we need to reorder the terms to divide them, or at least it makes it a lot easier to do that. So that's what we're going to do in this problem. And so notice this is not in standard form because the numbers aren't in descending order, neither is this. So I'm going to rewrite negative 1 plus x, my divisor, as x minus 1, and then I'm going to rewrite the trinomial that I'm dividing it into in standard form, which is descending powers like that. Then I'm going to look for some number times x that equals 9x squared, and that number would be 9x. Put that there, and so I get 9x squared minus 9x, then subtract. Negative 21 minus negative 9 is negative 12x. Bring down the minus 20. What number times x equals negative 12? And that's negative 12. And so I get negative 12x. And negative 12 times negative 1 is plus 12. Subtract that, and I get negative 20 minus 12 is negative 32. Now, here I have a remainder, and the way I'm going to write my remainder is just a fraction out of my divisor of x minus 1. So I'm just going to put plus negative 32 is my remainder out of x minus 1. And so that would be answer B. All right, you try it. Reorder to help you divide it. All right, here's just a quick little concept summary of what order you should divide them. And lesson check. How would you rewrite before dividing it by x minus 1? Is it in standard form? No. Negative x to the fourth plus 1 would be standard form, and we know that because the powers are in order of descending power. All right, that's a lesson. I'll see you tomorrow.